Good morning, everyone. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. I greatly appreciate them. This is the daily forecast. It is a broad spectrum, all signs reading, so you need to take it if it fits. If it is something that doesn't fit or doesn't make sense to your current situation, don't worry. Nothing's broken or wrong. You might be working on something different at this time. It's originally created for Friday, June 9th, but it's not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date and it fits your situation, I believe that readings can be timeless and find us when we need them rather than when they were originally created for. So please utilize the reading to the best of your ability or to your highest good. Check out my beneath money. For those of you that are new, sorry, I just got off the phone with the IRS. I'm a little scattered. The IRS scares me, guys. All right, so for those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of my daily videos. In there is some housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about, what decks I'm using currently in the video, how to follow me on social media if you want to purchase a personal private reading. Know that you have to initiate that conversation. I will never reach out to sell you a reading. If somebody does, it's not me, it's an imposter. Do not trust them. Run. Molly, you in danger, girl. Run. And then also, easy ways to support the channel. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video out. Leave me a question or comment. I appreciate all of that stuff. You will hear me referring back to cards that you may not see in this reading, and I'm referring back to the Sunday underpinning reading. So that's the reading that I do on Sunday that kind of is an outlook on the week as to what's to kind of be the underbelly of the energy, right? So if you hear me talking about cards you don't see, I'm referencing back to that reading, and you can check that out in the lower left-hand corner at the end of this video. So let's see what the cards in Spirit want us to know. And you know what? I don't remember. What was the end card for last week? Let's see. Because we're now in Friday, so we should be feeling that. Oh, it's that Five of Cups energy. Okay. Alright, so let's see what the card is. Five of Swords. Okay, that explains some of that Five of Cups energy that's underpinning this. Five of Swords is, there's an altercation, there's an impasse, there's, is this swords or wands? Yes, swords. The Five of Swords is kind of like holding on to either we are holding on to our personal beliefs and our thoughts and what we know to be right so strongly that we can't hear the opinions of others, or someone is doing that to us. And we run the risk of there being a loss due to that, right? The fives are always transitory, and they're often transits that tend to be a little bit complicated or hard, right? The Five of Cups is about sorrow and grief emotionally. That underpins this. This Five of Swords could indicate that there's an impasse or a block in communication going on right now currently with someone in your life. Whether it's being created by them or by you, it's being created, right? And it may be creating some underpin of sadness or discomfort. That's the Five of Cups that underpins this from Sunday's reading. The two fives say that, to me, this is a transitory period that probably is meant to be or needs to take place. Through these transitions, through these hard times, through these challenges is when we experience opportunities for growth, right? How we choose to do this is, how we choose to face this or communicate this is maybe key in how we move through this situation, let's just say. You know, I love how these two gay guys are getting ready to play tennis, and like Brett here is holding on to both rackets and saying like, no, Jamie, you need to do it this way. And Jamie's like, you know what, Brett, I don't even have time for you. I'm out. Like, bye, dude. And so sometimes these sort of, the Five of Swords can run the risk of, if we hold on too hard to our opinion, our outcome, our thing, right, or someone else is doing that, we run the risk of alienating the other party and losing their attention altogether. That may not be a bad thing. It may be what is needed in this situation, but that also could bring up feelings of remorse, sadness, disconnection, and that would be the Five of Cups underpinning this, right? I do think that this transition, though, is not I don't get a negative feeling with especially with the 2 5s showing up. It feels like it's almost intended. It for some of you it could be intended for opportunities for growth and change. For others of you, maybe it's just this is the end of the road kind of thing, and it's time, and we know that kind of thing. So here it. Oh wow, equanimity. Interesting. Only because equanimity would be Six of Swords or Six of Pentacles. Those cards are more about balance, right? And leading into that space. So the 5 transitions into the 6. Again, this card is kind of like this angel language, right? To me, this sort of piece doesn't really match where this piece is going, but they work in balance and in tandem. There may be an opportunity here to work within this misfired communication, struggle bus energy, discomfort or sadness, let down, grief even that somebody may be feeling, either you or another party or other parties involved, that allow for a restoration of equanimity. It could be the very transition of out of this situation that brings us this equanimity. So let me read equanimity to you. Equanimity is about, things being back in balance or in order. It may be the very imbalance that we're facing and being challenged by these 2 5s that is bringing us more equanimity. Like it almost feels like this card is kind of reminding us, and I love this blue because I associate it with certainty, but I also associate it with kind of like Archangel Michael, right? And so there is this, maybe this restoration to balance through this challenge or adversity. So keep that in mind as you're facing the challenge or the miscommunication. Don't necessarily fire off and get all like upset. Like I almost want to say like, be cool blue, right? Be calm, cool, collected. So let's read equanimity. If we allow our thoughts to arise and dissolve by themselves, they will pass through our mind as a bird flies through the sky without leaving a trace. Dilgo Kinyetse Rinpoche. He's a lama, one of the lamas, I believe. And I'm not talking about the ones that spit at you. Equanimity as a superlative state of being is present in many wisdom traditions, philosophies, and Eastern as well as Abrahamic religions. This word relates to maintaining inner stability and mental calmness even through exposure to adversity and challenge. Okay, guys, with these 2 5s, remain calm. And what was the grounding stone for this week? It was peace, right? So we're trying to stay balanced in that peace as we move through this week. In today's fast-paced world, it can be hard to maintain balance when everything moves with such dizzying speed. Yet if we look to the past as a teacher of the present, perhaps we can find presence in the way we relate to time. When Gautama Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree and awaited his enlightenment, he was faced with various degrees of temptation from the demon Mara, the lord of the senses. Through each challenge, Buddha maintained equanimity, never wavering from his center. If you've pulled this card, the exercise below will help free your mind from temptation and connect your heart and spirit to the presence within equanimity. Step 1, close your eyes and begin taking note of your breath. Notice any tension or tightness that may be in the body. Acknowledge any thoughts, judgments, or preconceived notions and let them all go with every exhale. Step 2, inhale, visualizing an electric blue lotus opening in your inner eye, every petal pulsating with electricity, clearing away all obscurations of thought, spirit, and mind. This electricity is like a lightning bolt of consciousness, ridding all fear, doubt, and uncertainty. Step 3, exhale and release the current, grounding the electricity back into the earth. Step 4, inhale, again visualizing this electric blue lotus pulsating and radiating with brilliant light, clearing away desire, heightened emotions, hunger, thirst, or physical want. Step 5, exhale and release the current, grounding the electricity back into the earth. Step 6, inhale, again visualizing this electric blue lotus pulsating and radiating with brilliant light, clearing away attachment to outcome, attachment to opinion, attachment to bias, judgment, and negativity. Step 7, exhale and release the current, grounding the electricity back into the earth. Step 8, inhale. Again, visualizing this electric light, electric blue lotus, pulsating and radiating with brilliant light, emanating from the top of your head, down your neck and spine, throughout your arms, fingers, legs, and feet, beaming brightly through every cell of your body. Allow the lotus to explode into pure energy and dissolve into your inner space. Step 9, exhale and release the current, grounding the electricity back into the earth. Step 10, open your eyes. The mantra for this card is, my spirit emanates with the presence of radiant equanimity. I am enlightened in my own Buddha nature, whatever the weather, temptation, or circumstances may be. So if there is a miscommunication, try and shift into this equanimity and get into your Buddha nature. You know, sorry, I'm so wrong, but I'm going to say it. Get with your pulsating blue lotus and give it some love, you know, ground it into the earth and inhale, exhale if you need to. I think that whatever is happening here, if there is discord or discomfort, whether we're experiencing it or another party is, we don't necessarily have to prolong it, let's say. Let's go to the clarifiers. We have the 10 of Wands. We're dropping a burden, definitely. We're almost at the end of the outcome. There's been something that's probably, this situation, this 10 of Wands says to me that whatever the 5 of Cups is representing, some of this is maybe has been weighing heavier on the spirit than all parties might be willing to admit. And this 10 says that we're coming to an end, or an end, thus a new beginning within our spirit as we deal with this and how we deal with this. Then we have the Hierophant. He is Taurus energy, Taurus energy. He's also higher spiritual knowledge, higher spiritual wisdom. This is the Buddha within, right? This is us like grounding that electric blue lotus energy into the ground through these 2 pillars and trying to remain centered, calm, grounded as we move through this change, as we let go of this burden, as we allow the transition to take place, maintaining our peace, right, as we move through this, and staying centered. I feel like he gives us a strong center to ground in. And then the last card is the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is often associated with Sagittarius energy. He can be any of the fire signs, Leo or Aries. He can be an impulsive energy. He can also be direct, extremely loyal at times, sometimes can lack staying power, but I almost feel like he's charging in to kind of assist and help with this 10 of Wands to carry it to completion, if that makes sense. So we could have some guidance coming from another outside source that may want to assist us during this time that could be needed. That guidance could be an actual person, maybe even a fire sign. It doesn't have to be. Or it could be a spiritual sort of guidance or help. I don't know why. Maybe because it's the Wands. I'm feeling that this could be like our angels in a way. The Knight of Wands coming in and just kind of assisting us to carry this burden to an end, to maintain this equanimity, to keep this peace within ourselves, right? To keep our focus, to keep us, you know, en route or on path even during this time of transition. Let's look at the grounding stone. This is what we're to ground in today. Happiness. Happiness is a great vibration to ground in, especially through transition, especially through emotional transition, communication misfires, those sort of things. Our own personal happiness, staying in there, will also help us to find that inner peace that we are looking for and seeking this entire week. It will help us to maintain that equanimity and not to swing too far into negativity, where that can prolong or add salt to the wound that already is transitioning away. That is your reading. I hope it makes sense, you guys. Please like the video, share the video out, leave me a question or comment. Subscribe to the page if you're new and hit the notification bell so you do get notified when I put up a new video. I do put up daily videos. Have a wonderful day and stay positive, you guys. Take care.